I'm Richard Morecroft. Welcome to Letters and Numbers, where we give your brain its nightly jog around the block. So grab your pen and paper and let's get the team into action. First of all, please welcome the woman who speaks fluent algebraic, mathematician Lily Serna.
Thanks, Richard.
Now, Lily, you're actually using your mathematics skills to help the environment. How's that happening?
I am. My current thesis is on the Great Barrier Reef and making a mathematical model that describes the movement of pollutants in the water.
Fantastic use of maths. Thank you, Lily. Please also welcome our Lord of the Lexicon, David Astle.
Thanks, Richard.
Now, David, when you're designing crosswords, which does actually come first, the clues or the answers?
Well, I'll look at your surname, which is Morecroft, and that's an anagram of comforter. So that will be one of the first entries that goes in. And you own the comfort of the crossword for the first little while, and then soon enough, once the pattern takes hold, the numbers and the words demand to be included. So essentially, the crossword takes over and you have to come in with the clues to follow. So it's a 50-50 proposition.
Lots of juggling those words.
Lots of juggling.
Well, there'll certainly be lots of word juggling tonight as we get into our competition. And of course, we wouldn't have a show without these next two people. We're going to welcome now our carryover champion, schoolteacher Chris Sholton-Smith, who is back for his third episode tonight. He plays piano and he sings as well, but he also hopes eventually to be a published novelist. Now, this is an interesting turn-up for the book. Welcome back, Chris.
Thanks,
Great to see you back again.
Thank you.
But this novel, do you have a clear idea of what it is? Can you see the cover in your mind?
I've got it all sussed. It's going to be an existential thriller and there's going to be a cliff on the front. But I've only written about 250 words, so we've got a long way to go.
Excellent. You've got that cover in your mind.
Absolutely.
That's the important thing. Our challenger tonight is Helen Robinson. She is actually a published author with a background in social welfare, teaching and criminology. So welcome, Helen. You are, as we say, a published author, so a bit of competition right from the start
Thank
here.
you, Richard.
What was your book about?
My book was about rage. It wasn't a novel, very much written for the layman. Talks about a lot of different types of rage and anger.
So that's really an anger management.
Yes, but it's more about rage.
Book.
It's about the escalation of anger, which turns into rage.
Well, we hope there's competition tonight, but not actually rage on the set.
I'll try not to.
Welcome to both of them, our contestants tonight, Chris Sholton-Smith and Helen Robinson. So we move first of all into the letter game tonight. Contestants have 30 seconds to make the longest word that they can, and the contestant who uses the most letters in their word will get the points. And Chris, first letter selection from you, please, this evening.
Thanks, Richard. Hi, Lily. Could I start with a consonant, thanks?
You can. Thanks, Chris. Welcome back to the show. And starting off with an M today.
And a vowel, thanks.
A,
Consonant
R,
and a vowel.
I,
And a consonant, thanks, Lily.
L,
And a vowel.
E,
And another consonant.
H,
And another consonant.
S,
And a vowel to finish, thanks, Lily.
and finally an O.
And 30 seconds from now. So how many for you, Chris?
6 letters.
And Helen?
6 letters.
6 for both. What's your 6, Helen?
Holers, H-O-L-E-R-S.
And what was your 6, Chris?
Holier, H-O-L-I-E-R.
Oh, a little bit of righteousness from you. What do you think, David?
I'm getting it from both barrels here. 2 holes to check up, and unfortunately, Helen, no luck with holers. Not entered here as a key entry or a head word entry. And holier is fine, so that's fine for Chris for 6. You could also find armholes, adding on arm to holes, and moralise for a possible 8.
Both very nice. Well, our first score tonight, 6 for Chris. So on now to our second letter game, and this time, Helen, your choice.
Hello, Lily.
Hi, Helen.
I'll have a vowel, please.
Thanks, Helen. Starting with an A.
Another vowel, please, Lily.
U.
A consonant, please.
R.
Another consonant, please.
N.
Another consonant, please.
Q.
A vowel, please.
E.
A consonant, please.
C.
Another consonant, please.
T.
And a vowel.
And to finish, another A.
Thank you, Lily. Let's start the clock. How did you go, Helen?
6.
And Chris?
I got a 6 as well.
All right. What was your 6, Chris?
Trance, Trance.
And Helen?
Nectar, Nectar.
Oh, good stuff to drink.
Lovely, and both anagrams of each other, so clearly a wavelength happening there, and both fine, by the way. I was just thrilled to see a Q with a U, a very unusual
Well, I wondered
occurrence.
about that. It was nice to see the Q with the U beforehand.
So I felt compelled to use it, and sure enough, there is racket there, as in a tennis racket, for a possible 7.
Very nice indeed. So 6 points each for both Helen and Chris. That brings the scores to Helen on 6 and Chris on 12. Now for our first numbers game of the night, and contestants have 30 seconds to get as close as they can to the target number. All they have to use is 6 numbers and the 4 principles of maths: addition, subtraction, division and multiplication, and points are allocated depending on just how close they get to the target. Chris, your pick for the numbers, please.
Thanks, Richard. Lily, could I have 2 large numbers and 4 small? Thank you.
2 large, 4 small. Thank you, Chris. Starting with the smalls. 6, 4, another 6, 8, and the 2 large, 25 and 50, and the target number today, 316.
Thanks, Lily. 30 seconds to get there. Now, Chris, there were a couple of times over the last few nights when your pen went down very early, but I noticed you were pretty busy through most of that one. How close did you get?
314.
302 off the target. What about you, Helen?
I had 318.
Well, 2 off the other way. Chris, give us your version, please.
Okay, Lily, I got 50 multiplied by 6
50 by the 6
makes 300.
gives you 300,
Plus 8 plus 6 makes 314.
plus 8 and the 6 gives you 314.
So, nicely done, Chris. But, Helen, give us your solution, please.
6 plus 4 is 10.
6 plus 4
4 is 10.
10.
Times 25 is 250.
By the 25 is 250.
Plus 6 times 8
Plus the 6 by the 8,
is 48.
which is 48, which gives you
298. Plus, oh, I got it wrong here. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I got it wrong.
little problem. Not to worry,
No,
not to worry. Thank you anyway, Helen. Chris got 2 off the target, but how close could you get, Lily?
I managed to get the answer today. 50 times the 6 gives you 300. And if you take away the 4 from the 6, that gives you 2. By the 8 gives you 16. Add that on, 316.
Very nicely done, Lily. Thank you. But 7 points to Chris, and that brings our scores to Helen on 6 and Chris on 19. And that takes us to your first word mix for tonight, and that is none pride. And the clue, support from beneath. Back after the break.